Former President Donald Trump is expected in a Manhattan courtroom today as his attorneys fight to overturn a verdict in the Carroll case.
And just down the block, another judge is expected to issue a ruling in a separate case. Good Day's Robert Moses is here to wrap it all up for us. Robert, good morning.
Dan and Tashani, good morning to you. With 60 days to go until Election Day, today serves as a reminder that former President Donald Trump's legal travails are never far away. We expect developments in his criminal hush money case and in that civil proceeding as well.
In my second term,
former President Donald Trump is expected to voluntarily attend a hearing before a three-judge panel in Lower Manhattan today, where his lawyers will try and convince the judges to overturn a jury's 2023 verdict that found him liable for sexually abusing and slandering the former magazine columnist Carroll. Carroll says the former president attacked her in a dressing room at Bergdorf Goodman back in 1996. He has denied that and even knowing her. The jury in 2023 sided with Carroll and awarded her $5 million. The former president's attorneys have argued in court papers that the trial judge wrongly allowed two other women to testify about other alleged instances of sexual abuse that they claim former President Trump perpetrated in the 1970s and in 2005. And his attorneys say the trial judge incorrectly struck evidence that Carroll lied in her deposition. The three judges hearing arguments today are not expected to rule before the election. Another key ruling involving the former president, though, is expected today. Judge Juan Merchan says he will rule today on whether to delay sentencing in the former president's hush money case. The former president is scheduled to be sentenced in 12 days after a jury convicted him in May of 34 felony counts stemming from a hush money payout to porn star Stormy Daniels. The former president's attorneys have asked Merchan to postpone sentencing until after the election. Yesterday in Washington, Judge Tanya Chutkan said the election is, quote, not relevant to the schedule of hearings in the criminal case that accuses him of plotting to overturn the last election. A lawyer for the former president, who did not attend, entered a not guilty plea on his behalf to an indictment that prosecutors revised in light of the Supreme Court's recent ruling granting former presidents broad immunity. Later in the day, Chutkan set a schedule telling prosecutors from the Office of Special Counsel Jack Smith to submit the evidence that they plan to use at trial, along with why it's not subject to immunity, by September 26th. And today's hearing in Lower Manhattan involves just the $5 million judgment against the former president, not a separate $83.3 million award to Carroll in another case that he is also appealing. We will hear from the former president later on today when he holds a news conference at noon at Trump Tower. Dan and Tashani, back to you.
Robert, thank you very much.